We are back, like the top of your butt, with episode 3 of the Listen to Me podcast, hosted by me, George 2.0. Now, if this is your first time being here, no worries. Welcome. Come on in. The water is warm. We just want to make sure that you go back to episode 1 with Joby and Zane and you catch up to episode 2 with Jidenna. But today, here, right now, we're bringing you episode 3 with my brother, Alzo Slade, a journalist and a thought leader, an instigator of intelligence, and of course, the professor of Prairie View. Alzo is also a guest host on NPR's Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, and has recently begun curating a philosophy section at the Lore Bookstore in Leimert Park. But today, Alzo is going to tell you how he approaches journalism in a creative way. And he'll also give you some tools and some tricks that I'm sure you'll enjoy. And of course, stick around for our favorite segment, Rapid Fire. After the break, episode 3 of the Listen to Me podcast with Alzo Slade. And now the people that pay the bills want you to pay attention. OCO celebrates the quiet determination of kids who set their own bars before meeting the world, the parents who made intentional choices or navigated unexpected paths to create their perfect families, and the beautiful truth that sometimes one is exactly enough. Because in the Olympics of life, competing with yourself can lead to the most meaningful victories. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
Got my boy. Bruh, them house shoes you got on?
I'm at my house.
I wouldn't. This was not. I know the tone was roasted.
I'm responding to the tone, not to the text. You got to respond to the tone, not the text. And it wasn't even question, but bro, them house shoes.
Yo, them joints look comfortable though.
So
what's that mean?
You creative, man.
Yeah.
I mean, just coming in here right off the top, using the energy that you always do to fill a room. When you were here for Georgie's birthday party, was that a month ago? I don't know. Time is nebulous, time. Bro. Yeah, but also at the top of this year, time has been difficult to quantify. True. But one of the things that I was looking forward to, in addition to sharing community, not only with family, but was the idea that so many people had interactions with you that they repeated back to me when I mentioned you. So normally you say to somebody, yeah, you remember Zoe? Oh, who was Zoe? And then you have to describe them aesthetically or something like that. But what happened is somebody would say, oh yeah, I talked to him about Tulsa. And you'd be like, at the barbecue? Yeah. Y'all was talking about Tulsa at the barbecue?
Yeah.
And or I talked to him about house shoes. And I think that understanding how to approach people is one of your gifts. I know for a fact that when I met you, a part of your approach broadly to people was through facilitating, hosting, some call it emceeing, but we understand that it is actually having a conversation with everybody at the same time.
Yeah.
Regardless of who's there, knowing when to get in people's way, sonically or ad-lib-ically, or stay out their conversation and let them handle the conversation on their own. As a person that knows how to do that broadly, in this most recent time where we're trying to get past some of the impedances to create in spaces that are comfortable or familiar to us, how have you found a way to sort of balance what was a broad approach to journalism, a broad approach to even party throwing, to now attacking in the micro communities in the way and having conversations one-on-one in the way that we need?
The common denominator, whether it's macro or micro, is my default disposition is curiosity. Like, I just love to learn.
So you mean it when you ask somebody a question. You're not positioning,
Yes.
you're not...
Yes. Like, I think there was a time when I was in college where, I read all the, the Revolutionary 101 books.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Nile Valley, Stolen Legacy, Miseducation of the Negro.
They came before Columbus.
From Niggas to God.
Yeah.
All of them. And, I had to go through that chamber. But when I was in it, I there's no zealot. They say no zealot like a convert. So here I am, all this fresh knowledge, I'm going around. Hey, yo, why you believe what you believe? Why you do this? Why you do that? And I wasn't asking in a genuine way to try to understand what their perspective on life was.
You weren't listening for understanding.
I wasn't listening for understanding. I was bigging myself up.
Yeah, and trying to find an opening.
Yeah, trying to make myself feel smarter than I actually was, and I recognized quickly, thank goodness, that is not the pursuit of someone who is seeking genuine intellectual, emotional, and spiritual development. Because I recognize that all of us are really the same people. Like someone asked me, one of my homeboys asked me, Alzo, who are you? And I told him that's an impossible question to ask, almost impossible.
This sounds like one of those questions that people ask you when they know it's an impossible question.
Yeah, it's like, who are you? Yeah. It's like, whatever I say is going to be what I am, not who I am. But then I started to examine it a bit more, and I recognized the answer to the question, who are you, is I am George. I am Jovian. I am Georgie. I am, the grand goblin of the Ku Klux Klan.
Now, wait a minute. There's some people that I'm not.
No. Because the same, whether you believe in whatever God you believe in, okay. Olodumare, Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Buddha, the same spirit that is within me is the same one that is within you. Now, all the other stuff that's piled on top of it, that's what the world has done. But if I have the courage to suspend the things that have been put on top of that, and you have the courage to do the same, then those two spirits can connect.
So then at the core, we are the same. But don't we also have to respond to the things that the world has put on top of us?
Absolutely. We have to respond to the things that the world put, because I didn't have control over
like part
me.
of what the world responds to when they see me, guns drawn,
absolutely,
is literally what's on top of my spirit.
Absolutely. And so when I think about my disposition being that of curiosity, I seek in conversations and interactions with people, whether it be individual or groups, I seek to find that spirit.
To sift through all okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
through the questions that I ask.
So would you call yourself a journalist?
I work in journalism.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, I call myself a journalist.
And what does it take to be a journalist, especially given the idea that, and in this series, we're talking about creatives getting past impediments and obstacles, right? So for some of them, screenwriters, it might be the resources to maintain their lifestyle and their family and their tuitions, et cetera, while they write.
Yeah.
For an actor, it might be somebody saying, hey, you can be in this film.
Yeah.
For a journalist, it might be assignment in the Congo where you've been, or, a team to set up lights and do those things versus asking questions at the supermarket.
Yeah.
What would keep you from calling yourself a journalist, and what sort of impedes, in the traditional sense, your ability to do so?
I think I just don't come from it.
Okay.
Like I entered the world of journalism through being an adjunct philosophy professor and a stand-up comic. So when I walked into the newsroom at Vice, I'm sitting next to folks that, have graduate degrees from the School of Journalism at Columbia. So it's not as if I walked in there with an imposter syndrome, because I was confident in my ability to ask questions, because that is what I love to do and I love to learn. But in terms of being studied in the formal protocols of journalism, all right, you need, this beat in order to create a story and all of that I was unfamiliar with. And so if I'm going by the conventional rules of what journalism is understood to be, then I would say no. But if I just kind of throw those out the window and say, do I do journalism? Absolutely.
So we talked about this recently, and I hope you don't mind me bringing this to the conversation. If you do, we'll cut it out, and I'll just email it to you because I'm going to ask. Yeah. There has been, particularly with what we were talking about before we even started rolling, the wildfires that happened here in L.A. and some of the information that people needed, which we look to certain journalists and certain sources of information in the community to provide.
Yeah.
Without all of those written beats and those trappings and tech and et cetera, you decided you wanted to just use your platform, your personal platform, just to talk directly to people.
Yeah.
Was there anything that you had to get over in order to do that? or was there a sense of responsibility and duty that superseded that, or was there a little bit of both? Did you produce it and look back and say, oh, I could have done this, that, and the other, or was the response to the questions and the information you were providing satisfying?
There's absolutely a significant amount of reluctance and trepidation because I don't like, if you look at my social media feed.
I don't look at your social media.
Well, you saw it, right? You saw the post.
You texted it to me.
No, I didn't.
A lot.
You commented on it like
immediately because it was information I needed.
Yeah. So I say,
and sent to other people.
I appreciate that. I was reluctant to do it because I don't really put myself out there on social media in that way. I think some of the stories that I did with Vice, I put it out there on social media. But I also had that Vice provided a layer of protection, in that it's as Alzo speaking on the platform of Vice.
Yeah. You know, so it's already been approved and peered and so,
you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, this he stands on the authority of a
he's deputized
an established media platform.
Yeah.
And then because sometimes I look at social media and I'm like, yo, who is you talking to me, telling me this information? Like, what qualifies you?
Not only that, though, how do we vet that the information is actually?
What I'm saying? And so I was like, am I going to be one of those dudes if I put myself out there in this way? And how I got over that was I wanted to know this information. So I took the time to study it on my own, and I'm like, well, maybe this is some stuff that other people want to know. And I feel confident in my ability to explain it in a way that people can understand. And I had my lady and a couple other friends push me to do it. They're like, Alzo, people want to hear what you have to say. And, a lot of times some people err on the side of presumption, where they're like, oh, yeah, they want to hear me. I got something to say. Me, I'm like, I don't know. But with that push from my kinfolks and loved ones, like, just do it and see. And once I did it, I was like, people liked it, they responded to it, and I'm never not learning. Right. So if I'm already understanding this stuff myself, it's not that much of an extra step to present it to others. Yeah.
I appreciate that. So I'm learning more about you and the position that you, and I don't mean just here on this conversation, but just in our conversations. We've known each other a while, but as fathers, as partners, as men, we've been able to talk a lot about the things that we are growing in, the ways in which we take care of our bodies, the ways in which we handle food going into our bodies. We kind of talk about the full circle. The one thing that I think needs to be spoken about more, and I don't mean just with us, right, but is about how we find ways to attack the things that we are afraid of. And so what I'm curious about with you is from, and you can you can tap into what some people will refer to as pessimism if you need to here. Yeah. Is there anything in this current climate that you are either afraid of or not hopeful about or aware of its potential becoming unmanageable or untenable?
Nope.
Great.
I ain't got time to be afraid, though. There's too much work to be done. Like, I say that confidently now, but I had to bring myself to this point through a lot of introspection, self-analysis, observation, because I look at what our ancestors did.
Come on.
And for me to be afraid is tantamount to disservice and disrespect to them. And it's not to say that we don't have a right to be afraid, but my fear is not constant. It's not constant in the forefront, and it's not constant in the background. Now, do I experience fear? Yes. Like if somebody, jumped over this wall and threatened our lives for a split second, I may be fearful.
It's gonna be quick though, because we got to respond to that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is part of the process of preparing myself for situations in which I may be afraid.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to the broad idea of fear with regard to the socio-economic, political climate, bro, we here. We ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as I'm here, I'm going to do my best to prepare my mind, body, and soul to fight what I don't even know is coming. And the shit is exhausting, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to have to do this.
Yeah.
We've had conversations about this. We thought our ancestors dealt with this.
We thought we was gonna be building on this, not rebuilding from. Yeah.
And so I like to think that we don't have to do this, but we do. And so for me to be afraid of what I don't even know is coming is worry. And I even said this in one of the posts, is that worry does no good. It's kind of like a bootleg defense mechanism that tells you that, oh, I know what's coming is bad. And that's tricky because it can fool you into thinking that you are powerless to change it.
It creates paralysis.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I'm like,
and it's passive.
Bruh, come on, man. And
you're not doing nothing by worrying.
Bro, you are doing nothing.
Yeah.
And so if fear begets worry and worry begets paralysis, I don't want to be paralyzed. So if I don't want to be paralyzed, then I'm going to do my best not to worry. And if I'm going to do my best not to worry, then I'm going to try to do my best to manage fear or rid myself of it, because there's work to be done.
So flip side, what are you hopeful about then?
Everything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful because I know what we're capable of. It's kind
who's we, by the way?
Me and you.
Okay. All right, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Because the second goes about, the seeing into the thing that connects all of us and managing that which is on top of us. We got a lot of the same stuff on top of us. So I need to start with that first when I say what we're capable of. Because the truth be told, there are a lot of things, if I might step in with things that I'm managing fear and hope around, there are a lot of things that I'm responding to that even with the journey that our ancestors took, thinking about where we were, where I thought we were now, there's some stuff happening that I just did not. I can't say I didn't think people were capable of it, but I do find myself daily, should I choose to engage, being surprised. And that surprise is not worry. And I don't think it's fearful, but it is like a new awareness each time of what the threshold is.
Yes,
and that makes me have to respond differently to, again, what my threshold is. Because back to this person jumping over this wall. Well, there's different people that can jump over the wall than I thought would jump over the wall before, which means I got to get different. I have to handle myself differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And no, I agree. I think I share the sentiment of surprise, but in addition to that surprise, what came shortly after was frustration with myself, because was I foolish to think that this didn't exist? Was I foolish?
Or were you hopeful?
But that's what I'm saying. And this is where it begs the question, is hope dangerous? When does hope become dangerous? If it leads me to believe in humanity in a way that is not real.
I think that what it is it puts you in a position, just like love, to be vulnerable. And I think what we do is we assess things as dangerous and decide that we don't want to be vulnerable to them. And so we cut ourselves off from even what could be beneficial about them. Because let's argue the fact that, yeah, there are parts of hope that can be dangerous, especially when met with disappointment. But there are aspects of hope that when met with the fruition of what we hope will happen are glorious, are revelatory.
And yes, I agree. And there's also informed hope.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
So
for sure.
If my hope was informed in a certain way, then it would safeguard me from disappointment in a certain way, right? So I'm hopeful that this country can continue to work to the ideals that it espouses in the Constitution and all of these things, right? That's a hope in an abstract form. But if I am informed, my hope is adjusted when it comes to the actuality, you know? So it's like, okay, if you were informed of the history of this country, then maybe you wouldn't be so surprised to see what has happened and how it has happened. And so...
And that it could happen.
And that it could happen again. And so the frustration that I would have with myself is also embarrassment.
Understood.
Because it's like, bruh, now you know all.
You knew better.
You knew better.
You knew better.
How did you let your hope get that far? You know? But but you have to be careful to your point where you can't let it just douse your hope.
Yeah, because then that becomes something you carry around through everything.
And then they done duped you twice.
And they're on you. Even when they're not doing something that is disappointing or surprising.
They done got you.
You're still dealing with and responding to and putting that feeling on what's coming next.
And they gone.
They didn't even look back to see if it landed. They threw the grenade and walked away. Yeah, I appreciate that perspective of informed hope because it does also put the responsibility on the individual to do work. We talked about the aspects of fear, which can be passive, or worry, which can be passive.
Yeah.
But the work that comes along with knowing what you're afraid of, and then preparing mind, body, and soul for that is what I appreciate. We're gonna take a quick break.
Bro, I just remembered something.
We're not gonna take a quick break. Apparently,
I remember that this
is the Listen to Me podcast brought to you by Alzo Slade. I'm happy to be a guest tonight.
This is our second podcast together.
Yeah, the first one was in. I thought about it while you were talking, and I hadn't thought about it since then.
You're supposed to be actively listening.
It was in Harlem.
You're supposed to be actively listening. You weren't supposed to be thinking
polarities. I can have fear and hope at the same time.
Yeah, the other podcast was around liquor.
We'll be right back with some rapid fire questions. We're gonna go through some really quick questions and just kind of get to the root of what's underneath all the stuff, which is a lot of that the world has put on Alzo.
That boy had us doing a liquor podcast.
I really hope you guys are enjoying Alzo's insights. Quick plug before we get back to the interview. I know I've often said, even if you weren't watching, I'd be doing this anyway. And I believe that. But I also believe that there are some of you that believe that you should be being watched or listened to or paid for that creative idea that you just can't seem to ship or print or publish. If you need help getting out of your own way and getting into your creative bag, hit me up. I've started offering these creative tune-ups. 30 minutes or an hour might be all you need to get out of your own way, to refine, to create, or even sharpen that thing that's in the notes section of your phone or on the back of your napkin. If that's you and you want to spend some time volleying, going back and forth, asking questions, or even trying an idea on, hit me up right here at TuneUp at Listen to Me, and let's unlock your creativity. Creative Tune-Ups with George 2.0. But didn't a part of the experiences that ultimately led to the pivot or the adoption of additional career trajectory have everything to do with what you did? Like, do you think? Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So what I'm hearing is that because some things work out and some things don't, you start pivoting. Absolutely. That's the whole point of a pivot foot. It didn't work out. You drove one way
Picked up the ball.
Absolutely. I was watching SGA play the other day. I'm like,
Yo, that boy.
you know,
is
but you know
smooth.
how sometimes you be fooling yourself thinking you could guard somebody. I'm like, man, if he was in front of me, I could guard.
Because you're
it's
watching
not
from the
that
TV.
crazy. Yeah, I could see everything he's gonna shoot. He's shooting.
Why don't they see
He's
that?
gonna shoot.
Why don't they
Look at
see
his
that? He
hip.
does the
He's-
same thing each time.
So I was watching and I'm like, what makes him so special? And I'm just looking at his feet, actually. A lot of people
Feet
think
work.
it's handles. Kyrie's feet, Steph Curry's feet, SGA's feet, Anthony Edwards' feet. The pivot foot, it didn't work out the way they thought. They cross jab, boom, here he is. Oh, he caught up to you. Pivot, boom. Back here.
Because
Oh, now
you don't
think-
have a pivot in a free dribble.
Absolutely.
The pivot only becomes pivot once you've established that you are no longer
Yes.
dribbling. moving.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're no longer, and it looks like there's nowhere to go, but you went the other way. The exact opposite.
All right, so let's get into that then, okay?
We work all day and play all night. We're night friends.
All right, let's get back into it. Rapid fire, you ready?
Sure. Watch how slow this goes.
You want me to read them slow?
So the rapid
Is it rapid fire me or you? Because I can read it slowly.
You rapid fire. You firing,
Yeah.
but it don't have to be rapid response.
No, you should.
Why? You the one rapid firing.
Do you know where the term rapid fire comes from?
No,
Yes, you do. Think about it.
I thought about it.
You still don't know?
No,
Gunplay. How would you respond to that? Would you respond slow to rapid fire coming your direction?
I just duck. And then when
But would you do so slow?
But it just be one.
Would you duck like this?
But it just be. But listen. But listen. Okay, so if it's rapid fire,
Uh-huh.
the first bullet I'm ducking fast. But then as they come, I'm behind a barrier, so I don't have to move anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do your rapid fire question, the first one I respond.
So
fast,
how about this?
And the second
After
one
that, you duck, and then I wait till you peek your head back.
Yo, there's gonna be no easy guess, that.
Nah, came in here just talking
No,
off top.
fine.
No, I didn't want that though. I didn't want that. All
Let's
right,
get it.
you ready? What's your go-to comfort food?
Peach cobbler,
Early bird or night owl?
early bird. I wake the roosters up, yeah.
Name an R&B group with a number in their name.
Boys to men,
Salt or sugar on your grits?
salt and pepper.
Favorite curse word?
Shit.
How you spell that?
You don't.
You can just say
You
it.
don't. If you spell it, you messing it up.
An animal that somebody's told you look like.
Ain't nobody ever told me I look like an animal.
Okay. What's the last thing that made you laugh out loud before this conversation?
This conversation, they make me laugh out loud. There was
We had
those were courtesy laughs. Those were courtesy laughs.
well, yeah, but it made you laugh whether it was courtesy or not.
No, it didn't make me. I just decided.
You did it out
to
of
do
courtesy.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the last thing that you decided to laugh out loud about? That's it. I'll take that. What's your perfect weekend?
Wait, what? Huh?
What's your perfect
Wait,
weekend?
let me answer the last one.
So now you ducking and coming back up.
Yo, I watched
What?
the old viral video of the black woman at the post office that the woman kicked. The woman kicked the black woman and she kicked her shoes off and bing, 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 bing,
Pieced her up?
pieced her up.
Ooh.
You seen that one?
I miss a lot of viral videos. I ain't gonna lie.
This was like when Vine was a thing.
Yeah, I miss a lot of. I've been missing viral videos since Blockbuster for a long time. I'm good for missing a video. Send me a video if I need to see
I'm
it.
gonna send it to you.
What's your perfect weekend in 2 words?
Read, sleep.
That's good. That's good. I answered with 2 words. That's how good it was. Best advice you've ever received?
When God is speaking, shut the fuck up.
Coffee or tea?
Juice.
Is a hot dog a taco?
No.
Is cereal a soup?
Yes.
Do you pronounce it GIF or GIF?
Gife.
Shit.
You got me fooled.
An album that changed your life.
Outcast, Equimini.
A skill that everybody should have.
Learning.
A book that changed your life.
Miseducation of the Negro.
A song that you know all the words to.
Get up off of that thing.
Hey,
Dance
that's
till
you feel better. Come on, man. Come on, man. What's one word that people use to describe you?
Curious.
What's one word that you use to describe yourself?
Curious.
Closing remarks. It's on you. Floor is yours. And the reason why, just so you know why I'm doing that, is because I recognize as much as you're curious and as much as a portion of your vocation has been journalism,
Yeah.
you submitted to my questions in this space. So just like one would do on a broadcast, they can sign off with something that kind of cements the conversation in a way that they've determined should be remembered. I offer that to you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
This is something that I kind of live by. If I'm not learning, I'm not growing. If I'm not growing, I'm not living. And if I'm not living, I'm dead. And I ain't ready to be dead yet. So never stop learning.
Keep living, brother.
Right
So
on.
that's so I knew it. It had to be one of the two. Special thanks to my guest, Alzo Slade, who can be found online at Alzo Slade, ALZOSLADE. And after listening, you should know he's worth the follow. His insight and willingness to share what he learned is worth the price of admission, for sure. Huge shouts to the Listen to Me team, and especially Ibrahim Scooter Golden for being Edward Scooter Hands of the pod and getting us chopped like the back chair at Youssef's. Thanks to Bueno and OJ for dropping tracks like a beauty shop, and the pace car that is Jidenna for his otherworldly work on the animation you saw if you were watching the pod. Night friends, don't sleep. Huge thanks to our sponsors, Only Child Olympics and Trust Your Taste. Both shirts can be found at Only Child Olympics. This project was born and built and produced by Listen to Me Productions. Look, we can help you build the stage your story deserves here at Listen to Me. We close the gap between the idea and the execution. So whether you need writing, DJing, audio engineering, creative direction, acting, coaching, hosting, hustle, or full production management, we bring the vibe and the logistics. We know the tools, we speak the language. And honestly, we make the process a lot of fun and real human. So hit us up at Listen to Me, that's LISTENTWOME Productions on Instagram or listentome.com. And of course, if you liked it, share it. If you loved it, subscribe to it. And if you were really touched by it, go on ahead and get in the comments. Let us know how it felt. And we'll see you next time on the Listen to Me podcast.